Good morning, and welcome back to Camp Compass Chronicle Corner. Yesterday we met Moses, a sojourner who grew up as an Egyptian royalty, ran away to the land of Midian, and then got married, had a son, became a shepherd, all the while knowing that his home was in the Promised Land. So let's open our book and learn more about Moses' life. Where we stopped yesterday, Moses had just found something amazing.
Was it a treasure chest full of gold?
No, it was a burning bush.
Ah! Fire! Fire! Go get help!
Moses! Moses! Stop! Look at the bush. See, it's not burning up.
Well, that's weird.
The fire was the angel of the Lord, and he told Moses to go save Israel from Egypt. At first, Moses refused, but the Lord reminded him that God can do anything.
I got a great life here, though. I got a wife and kids, and you want me to go to the most powerful person in the world and then tell them something that they don't want to hear. You're gonna make my life so much worse.
Well, it's true that Moses' life was pretty good in Midian, but it is always better to obey God and do what he has planned. It may be harder, but it's always better. God would do the actual work. Moses just needed to obey. God is so gracious, he also sent Aaron, Moses' brother, to help him.
Let's go, Carmichael.
Then, Moses and Aaron went to Egypt. Remember the mean and cruel Pharaoh?
Of course they do. How can you forget this?
Well, Moses had to tell him that God wanted Pharaoh to let the Israelites go. God even told Pharaoh that the Israelites were like his son, and if Pharaoh didn't let them go, then God would take Pharaoh's son. Pharaoh just laughed. Pharaoh thought he was a god and in charge of everything.
I am in charge of everything. I didn't think about the God part of it, but it sounds pretty nice.
Well, Pharaoh thought he was a god. He also thought that the many other gods of Egypt were more powerful than Moses' God. Unfortunately, this led to a battle, Moses' God versus all the gods of Egypt, including Pharaoh. The one true God would show how powerful he is against the most powerful person in the world.
I think this might be a bad idea. Pharaoh is one of the most powerful people in the world. He could have us killed.
Well, yeah, that's true. But God is more powerful than all the gods of this world. And they're not even worth obeying because none of them are even real. They're just statues and normal people.
So Moses wasn't afraid of Pharaoh and obeyed God instead. He definitely looked different than the Egyptians, who always obeyed Pharaoh. However, the one true God was going to show the whole world why everyone should obey him. First, God turned all the water of Egypt into blood. But Pharaoh didn't obey God. He thought he was more powerful. Second, God made frogs go everywhere in Egypt. It was really gross, but Pharaoh still didn't obey God. He thought he was more powerful. Third, God made lice everywhere in Egypt. It was so annoying. But Pharaoh still didn't obey God. Fourth, God made flies everywhere in Egypt except where the Israelites lived. But Pharaoh still didn't obey God. Fifth, God made all the Egyptians' livestock die.
Jeffrey!
The Israelites' livestock was completely fine, but Pharaoh still didn't obey God. He thought he was more powerful. Sixth, God made boils appear on the Egyptians. Ooh, that looks painful. But Pharaoh still didn't obey God. He thought he was more powerful. Seventh, God made hail come down and destroy the Egyptians' crops. Egypt was starting to run out of food. But Pharaoh still didn't obey God. He thought he was more powerful. Eighth, God made locusts come and eat all the remaining food the Egyptians were growing. This was very bad for Egypt. Now they would have to borrow food from other nations. But Pharaoh still didn't obey God. Ninth, God made darkness all over Egypt, except where the Israelites lived, a darkness to be felt. There was no light for the Egyptians for 3 days, but Pharaoh still didn't obey God. He thought he was more powerful. Pharaoh even told Moses that if he came again, he would be killed. God told Moses there was just one more plague that he would put on Egypt to show that he is more powerful than Pharaoh. But this time, the Israelites wouldn't be safe either, unless